Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back. My name is Chris, for those who haven't been to the channel before. And today we're playing Pioneer. We're playing Golgari Midrange, which is probably worse than the Sultai Uro Delirium deck that's doing the rounds. But my logic is that against the two big combo decks, which are, if you're new to the format, a deck called Demir Inverter and a deck called Lotus Breach. You may want to look them up. If we face either of them today, I'll explain them. But against both, I think you want Thoughtseize and I think you want Scavenging Ooze. I think both cards are super good against both the decks I'm most expecting to face and most worried about. Additionally, Scavenging Ooze is very good against mono black because most of their threats are intended to come back, and it's decent against red because it gains life. Corsair is great against red, Vraska as well, Grimflayer as well, basically big blockers, removal. So my hope is that we'll have game against all of the big decks in the format. The deck's fairly self-explanatory. It's just really good cards in our colours. I'll attempt to justify things while we play. So I guess the wonkiest looking cards in the main are the one Ballista, and then in the sideboard these three Planeswalkers are the kind of unusual choices, but basically the reason for the Planeswalkers and the Rankles as well, there's two Rankle hiding down here, they are that I wanted to have threats which were good against control. So Planeswalkers, Nis is really good against Planeswalkers as well, as being really good against like Supreme Verdict, so she should be great against blue-white. And yeah, the Ballista is just here as a sort of a utility spell. I've heard I've heard Riley Knight describe it as a bad removal spell, a bad fireball, and a bad creature, as like a modal spell, which I think is quite a good description. So this could be tough, us being a bit slow out of the gates, but that's fine. I think this matchup should be okay because of the presence of Scavenging Ooze and stuff. Woodland Cemetery is, if we have to draw a land, it might as well be a two-colour pain-free one. There's serious consideration to just playing Murderous Rider as a 2-3. Oh. So they don't have another creature yet, so I guess I'll trade here. It's a bit bad. Ooh, shit. That's not small. There's an answer to it. I guess then the thing that makes the most sense is for me to let them discard and then trophy it during combat or something. I can't think of a single thing in their deck that can make it come back from the dead mid-combat. Or like give it indestructible or anything like that. They don't normally play tricks. So we take 2, which is fine. We've got Field of Ruin for that Lochwain, which is good. Questing Beast should hold the ground. Nice. Ooh. I'm going to play Kalitas. That's very good. They got... No, I was worried about Grasp of Darkness then. Okay, this is fine. I do need to field that Lochwain though. I think next turn I'll field the Lochwain and then Murderous Rider one of the creatures. That seems like a decent use of my turn. Liliana's unbelievable. So I'm going to do that now instead. Stating the obvious, plussing your Planeswalker, and it destroys and exiles a recursive threat and makes a zombie. That's hard to beat. Fair enough. I think that's about the best they could have done. So the annoying part about this is that I can't protect my Lily, but she shouldn't die unless they have actual Rankle. I don't think there's anything else with haste. Kalitas being dead is also sad, but hopefully Lily can... that's all fine. Hopefully Lily can bring Kalitas back at some point. Gonna hit for 4 while I have an opening. Makes literally no sense not to. Now we will lose Lily if they attack with everything, but I think getting to eat something for free is fine too. Me, Lily, Lily. Eat that, I guess. Yep. I wonder if they'll pump it again. I suppose I am kind of representing Fatal Push, so... Unfortunately, this means we can't recur our Kalitas, because that was our only way to recur it. Yep. Man, can you imagine how different this game would have been if we'd got a Scavenging Ooze? Corsair is just so good. It's a really good blocker. I have to decide if I want that Ballista or not. Either way, I'm pretty sure I'm casting Swift End on the Knight. This board has gotten really nasty for the opponent. I have to say, they've got one good attacker and I'm about to kill it. Or you can do that. Okay. Yep. Hope they pump again. Cool. That went pretty good. So we're almost pre-boarded against them because, like, I don't think Leyline of the Void is good enough. It's certainly worth considering. But, yeah, I think we're virtually pre-boarded. I think maybe Legion's End is better than, for example, Thoughtseize. Just because of the self-injuring nature of Thoughtseize, but I think apart from that, I'm not going to sideboard. If you're wondering about some of the odd numbers, pardon me, like 3 Blooming Marsh instead of 4, that's an experiment because I only own 3 in paper, and I want to start playing this in paper, so I want to see if it works with 3. I would imagine it will be fine. Try not to spend a fortune on this. Hand is good. It's not great, but it's good. Best thing we could possibly draw would be like a swamp, so we can cast the Thoughtseize on turn 1, because the Fabled Passage obviously is going to fetch a tapped land on turn 1. But that's fine. All in all, this is still a really good opening. So we take 1, and I assume they'll have a follow-up, but who knows? It always feels like they curve out, but they do indeed. So we get our swamp tapped. Field is a bit meh, but basically fine. Okay, so I think I'm going to offer to trade these 2. Okay, now that's not an option, but whatever. Scavenging Ooze is going to come down soon and start doing a ton of work. Do I play Courser or do I play Ooze plus Eat? Haven't really got anything appealing to eat yet, so play the Courser because it just brick walls this. Quagmire is... I mean, lands are welcome. We need lands. We need green lands in particular. But it's a bit uninspiring. It's upsetting. That was upsetting mainly because opponent got to make full use of their mana. But I guess it's better they kill that than they kill the Ooze. We do badly need to stabilise though. I guess we just pass for now. I'm in some trouble this game, especially if they have another removal spell, which is not inconceivable. I have to block because of losing the game. They pump, which is probably correct. I eat, which is necessary. I take 9, falling to 2. This isn't good. Okay, they can take my trophy as well, which is also bad. Or the questing beast. Let's draw exactly fatal push so I don't lose the game. That's not a fatal push. Do I have any outs? I can... No. I'm going to just resubmit. Hopefully, virtue of being on the play, and yeah, maybe we'll interact on turn 1 this time. We should be fine. Opponent had a very strong draw that game. They won't always be able to use all their mana every turn, answer all your stuff immediately. I do think the mono black aggro deck is like probably the deck to play if you want to really succeed. At the moment, I think the two combo decks are... They've put targets on their back by crushing everyone, so people are going to be playing things like Leyline of the Void and stuff, and I feel like Mono Black Aggro is fairly well positioned, in my non-expert opinion. Keep this. It's a good hand. Oh, well, that doesn't matter. So I'm happy to see that. Hopefully they play something like a Knight of the Ebon Legion or whatever. Oh dear, they can take my Legion's End. Yeah, I think they've greatly overestimated how graveyardy I am. They took my Grimflayer, the swines. Okay. This makes me want to Legion's End on the recursive ones, and then I can Abrupt Decay the Knight next time. It's good information as well. Yeah, we should be golden here. I need to field that Lockwayne pretty quick though. Okay, fine. Grasp is a nice answer to the... It's a nice answer to the Rankle we know is coming up. I think I should have searched for a swamp and then killed the Rankle this turn. I think that would have been better. I wonder what opponent is thinking about. Wow, no pre-combat Rankle is a surprise. Awesome. Got everything. Maybe they were thinking of trying to use the Rankle to sting my Vraska, I don't know. But yeah, we should be in a good position now. I wonder if... Oh, they're going to make us both sack. That's really bad. I think I cocked this up. I was more conscious of like the discard mode and stuff, but both players sacking is a bit sad. Can I get a Scavenging Ooze one time? No. This is Abrupt Decay, the effect, right? Yep. Guess, yeah, I'll just kill the Rankle mid-combat, and then I'll play Vraska next turn on a hopefully mostly empty board. Like, they might return this. But that's fine. Mm-hmm. So I have to plus Vraska in that case. Trophy. We'll have to see. I expect it's probably worth it for me to trophy the Scrounger to keep the Vraska at a high loyalty, but at the moment I'm not inclined to. I think I'd rather save it for something better. I'm going to keep the Fabled Passage because I don't need the mana. So when the trigger goes on the stack, I'll just kill that. That makes some sense. It means I'm not wasting the card. Yep. You got me, boss. Spell. Not spell. I should have floated mana from my forest. That was really bad. Do I want to play this? Probably not. Let them keep using all their effort to kill the first Vraska, and then we'll drop a second one on them. Kalitas is awesome. I hope they don't have an answer to it, like a fatal push. I suppose if they do, they need to have Revolt. And if they've got Revolt, that probably means I've gotten one zombie trigger. Yep. Yep. Okay, these are things I'm comfortable with. Okay, good. I'm going to exile some of their shit and make some zombies. Is it? Yeah, this is kind of what I expected. Either way, I'm happy to trade this to keep the Vraska alive. I would have liked to have had the Kalitas for a bit longer. Wonder what opponent is pausing for. They've been playing a really good pace throughout, and suddenly they've stopped. Man, we've got 4 Scoozes. I'd give anything for a bloody Scooz at the moment. Scrapheap Scrounger is a seriously good card. Problematic, you might say. Come on, opponent. I was think like when I was talking earlier about wanting recursive threats and threats that are good against control in my sideboard, I almost put Scrappy Scroungers in, but I thought it was kind of a weird sideboard card. Hence settling on the Planeswalkers, which I'm not sure is better, honestly. I may pause and then come back to you guys when something happens. Okay, stuff is happening. I think I accidentally just declined to block, which was very, very bad. That always happens to me in these scenarios. But it's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, there it is. Thank you. That's what we needed. So they're going to return their Scrounger, but they can't stop me from eating one creature at least. Oh, two, my bad. I thought I'd get to only eat one. So, yeah, we just sit tight, I think. I thought about attacking with the zombie, but I'd rather be able to try and trade. Don't. Okay. Basically, the one thing I don't want is removal for the ooze. If the ooze sticks around, we should be golden. It's a really good one as well. Oh, would you look at that? So Dread Wanderer can block, but the Scroungers can't. So I'm just going to try and kill the opponent, to be honest. Corsair is holding their whole team back. I think we just need to fade this draw step. Yeah, which we apparently did. Cool. Got another friend. The furry one. I wonder what species they are. This is a pretty solid hand. It's kind of good against everything. Maybe a touch slow, but it's fine. I'm sure we'll top deck Thoughtseize or push. Okay. Some kind of a Rakdos aggro or mid-range deck, perhaps. Yep, kind of similar start to the last couple games, but that's fine, because we did alright. That's fairly predictable. Just keep doing what our deck wants to do. Hopefully underneath the Scavenging Ooze is a land. Okay, that's probably a dead Corsair, methinks. I hope it's not. But yeah. Okay, this is acceptable. let's see what they do. I'm almost certainly just taking the hit from the Scrounger. That Soulscar Mage is potentially a problem. We'll have to see. Yep, no blocks. That's fine. I'm going to eat my Grimflayer. Okay. Now we are quite far behind. Land. Not land. So I can decay any of the creatures. Probably the giant, but that still leaves me on a virtual 6. Or I can just make another Grimflayer, which isn't looking too good. Or I can Murderous Rider the Chandra and take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which doesn't look great. Or I could play the Murderous Rider as a blocker. I don't like any of these options. We really needed a land so we could double spell and go like Flayer plus Decay or something, but it's not an option. Or I can trophy that. Fine. Least bad, I think. Opponent very wisely selects a mismatched mountain just for maximum punishment of me and my eyes. Modo puts it on the top, of course. Yeah, we just have to take it all. Okay, that helps. So I can play Flayer. And just see how they attack. I think that kills me. Haven't done enough maths yet, but I think that means I take 1, 2, 3, 4. Even if I, for example, chump here and kill that. Yeah. That is lethal. But that's fine. We're all good. We're all good. Going to sideboard approximately the same way, I think. Maybe cut this ballista. All I really want is just to keep hitting my land drops. We're playing 24 of the bloody things, but I can't get too moany. I think, yeah, 3 lands is like, it's not like you're stuck on 1 or 2 and you can't function. On the plus side, it looks very similar to the last deck, which was close, but we did edge out, so keep. I'm going to just lead on the Quagmire for fairly obvious reasons. Oh shit, I just realised I do not have an untapped land on turn 2. That was not a keep. Hopefully the game will get me out of my mistake. Okay. This will be an interesting one to see what they take. Maybe the Legion's End, as it's the most unique card. And it was a sideboard card. Well, the game was kind to me and gave me my ooze after the Thoughtseize, so that's good. land. It's not a land. Gonna just play it anyway, especially now we've drawn a backup. Take the 3. Hope they don't have Bone Crusher Giant. This is acceptable to me. I have plenty of cards in hand. It's the stuff on the battlefield I'm lacking. Okay. Push? No. I think I'll block if they attack. Pardon me. Although the incentive to hit with the Flayer to try and find lands is kind of a thing. Sure. I wonder if that means they've got a way to kill my ooze. Yeah, they do. Well, we might draw a green land, or any land actually. But we didn't. I don't know. Ooh! That's unexpected. And I do have more cards than them, so it works. I have to take the 5. That's fairly obvious. And we'll find out which of my cards they got. Okay, interesting. Oh! That was one of my better draws. I am, however, dead in 2 attacks, so I need to stabilise ASAP. But I can hopefully they can cast a Thoughtseize this turn, which would probably take Corsair and or maybe Kalitas, to be fair. And either would be a bit of a pain. Took the Corsair. Makes sense. Okay, I think that's... yeah, that's fine, probably, maybe. Okay. Land is good. And I can eat 2 creatures from my own yards to give me a good blocker, which I guess I'm going to do, and gain some life. I'm not going to attack the Liliana yet. I'm going to try to prioritise not losing the game for the time being. Yep, that's fine. That's not. That's horrible. Oh, we're in trouble. Taking 5. Down to 2. Dead to a Chandra activation. Dead in general. Sad. That was a hell of a thing. It was me thinking we'd drawn the land just in time, had almost stabilised, but yeah. I'm trying to think how they were allowed to cast the robber. Oh, they cast it the previous turn, yeah. I was just thinking that they hadn't attacked with a rogue, but they cast it the previous turn when I didn't want to block with it because I had no... because it was a 2-2 with no mana to eat with. Okay. My plan to beat Scrap Heap Scrounger decks with Scavenging Ooze is good when you draw Scavenging Ooze and bad when you don't. Yeah. I was thinking of putting the Courser back because I don't have double green, but Courser's probably too important to give up. And it's quite likely we'll draw another green source. Well, we are playing at least against what we predicted. Hopefully they don't have too many ways that could kill a Scavenging Ooze. Probably not great to be hurting myself this much, but... Take it all. I did wonder when they didn't just cast it as a 3-1 if that meant they had. Drawn another 1-drop. And I assume that they wouldn't bluff attack, but could be wrong. So if they attack, I'll assume they've got a thing. Ah. I'm just going to sit tight. Don't think I want to attack. I think with these two cards in play, I fairly clearly win a long game. Maybe not. It's a hell of a thing. See if they attack or not. It's a good one. I will gladly trade my tracker for a Soulscar Mage. Which is probably something I never thought I would ever say. And then it's a case of what to do about the Torbran. I think the Courser is going to be the way I win this game. Although, there's a strong argument for making the tracker big enough to eat the Torbran. I don't know. I'm going to just do this. I presume they'll pump. And then I'll take 4, 9. Jesus. Torbran is a beating. Lightning strike on me, is it? I assume. Oh, on the Courser. Okay, so that will get shrunk down to nothing. I still draw the Abrupt Decay we know about. I don't have an instant in my graveyard, which is fantastic, because it means I can ambush them, I can kill the Soulscar Mage and then trade with the Torbran. They probably won't expect that. So in a weird way, they just gave me Delirium, which is quite good. Piss. Should have blocked first. Should definitely have blocked first. Now I need an answer to that off the top. Well, I've got 2 draw steps. And even then I'll be at 2. Bastards. Bastards. Just going to check something real quick. Okay, that wasn't important. It's going to be the same again. I swear this deck is more interesting than just siding in 2 Lost Legacies. We should be able to beat red. We've got loads of like modest life gain and good interaction. I'm not sure how many mistakes I might have made that game. There was a lot of small decisions, wasn't there? And I highly doubt I got them all right. Sure. Weird hand. Do they have a creature? They do. Well, that's probably the one I am most keen to strip them of, so that's good. Ooze is great. So that's their hand. They kept a very angry one-lander. Yep. I'm going to just play this as a 2/3. Because it doesn't die to Wild Slash, basically. Sure. Yeah. They could trade it with... Yep. Oh. Cock that up. I think I'm going to get this down and kill that. And just pass. Because then I can play Ooze and start eating things, gaining some life. Maybe they'll stomp my... Yep. I imagine this will get lava coiled next turn, but if it deals 4 damage and trades for a spell, that's probably good enough. It's really good. Yep. That is like the best thing we could have seen. Although that's probably the best thing they could have seen, so everybody's happy. Ooh. Made use of all their mana, which is really good for them, I guess. I'm going to wait in case we draw a courser or a tracker. We don't need it. Oh, I guess I'll still hurt myself a bit. I'll take the Rabble Master. Eat the Rabble Master. Make some attacks. And I'll gladly leave a tracker on the top. Now I've got Delirium as well, and I've got a tracker I can eat if I just want to gain a life. Although I would lose Delirium. But yeah, this is all pretty good. I think they missed too many lands for too long. What did they hit? Another mountain. They're getting it. They're getting what they want. Yep. No surprises here. I'm not gonna... Am I gonna offer up the ooze? I don't think so. But I'll offer to double, like, trade this for 2 things and get a bit of a bit of a trample damage through as well. I think we've got this game. The opponent would have to, they'd need a miracle to get out of this. They agreed. Okay, I'm just going to resubmit because that felt fine. I'm wondering if I should be playing a second Caritas. It's so good in all these matchups we've faced, but then it's a 4-mana 3/4 against the combo decks and like nothing else. I suppose maybe there's some merit to exiling a Thassa's Oracle in certain situations, but a lot of the time they don't get... Some people play them out early, but not everyone does. I guess it depends on a great many things. We've got to do better than this on the draw. This is a lot better. I'm going to put the Questing Beast back. It's pretty far off. I was thinking about putting the second Grimflayer back and hoping to curve 1, 2, 3, 4. But that's just optimistic, isn't it? Let's see, let's see. Okay, so I think I want to take Rabble Master. Not sure about that. There's honestly an argument for literally every card in their hand. I don't think I'll trade. I think I really want the... Oh no, actually. It'll just get killed with a Wild Slash anyway, so why am I giving it any thought? I'd forgotten about that. Maybe I should have Legions ended. Well, it's disappointing that they've drawn their 4th mana source, because it means they get to do all the things. I do not have a good answer to that currently. I think they're meant to let that go and just play the Torbrun, aren't they? I'm not sure. It's an awkward spot for them. They had enough to do it all. Okay, less awkward. Definitely less awkward. Fable Passage. Ooze. Ooze your daddy. This is very difficult. Just going to pass. I imagine they'll just minus Chandra on my Grimflayer, but that will give me Revolt, and then I can push the Torbrun. It's my hope. Nope. They did not do that. Plussing Chandra to deal 4 is just unreasonable. Now all I need is an answer to a Chandra emblem, and I'm golden. We've dealt with everything else. I'm of course joking, you can't beat Chandra emblems. We appear to be dead. Yeah, let's just keep going and hope they don't emblem for some reason. They remembered, they did the thing. Probably correct. Okay. 5? Oh, curse them. Yeah. I'm going to valiantly persist, even though this is a lost cause. Oh, it enters tapped. Oh, fine. I'll concede even harder. I'm sure you probably noticed that that was going to enter tapped and were either yelling or laughing at me, but I'm going to go ahead and pretend that I knew how my cards worked. Once again, may have shot myself in the foot with a small amount of lands. We'll see. I really need to stop keeping 2 landers. be kind of... I never thought I'd say this, but it'd be kind of nice to play against a combo deck just for a bit of variety, or a control deck. Just for the purposes of making an interesting video, instead of all scrap heap scroungers. Those matchups we just lost both felt like they're not unwinnable. I think basically games like the ones we just had, where either I make mistakes or I get slightly unlucky or whatever, you can certainly lose. But yep. But they shouldn't be unbeatable matchups. So the most likely Blooming Marsh deck in the format is probably the Swedish Sultai thing. I doubt this is a mirror. They took my ballista. Very sad. Oy, so skillful. So skillful. Yeah, it looks to be. Oh no! Well, we do keep drawing quite well. This is an actual mirror. This is like a black-green durdle mirror. Okay, we just got to pass, which is a bit annoying, but basically fine. Yeah, they're probably just a really weird build of Sultai Delirium, is my guess. Looks that way. Shame we don't have Kalitas in play. Kalitas really dicks on Uro. Alright, we'll just not draw lands for an entire league. This is unreal, the amount of times we've gotten medium levels of mana screw this league. Cool trick a friend taught me is if you have like magma spray or similar, with the Uros sack it unless it escaped trigger on the stack, you can target it with magma spray and then it will get exiled. Thought that was pretty interesting. Fucking hell. This is a bit frustrating now, because it keeps happening. They are clearly looking for lands. We're going to kill that. Come on. Come on, deck. For goodness sake. Oh, this is very annoying. Fuck's sake. This is a very, very, very tilting game. Although, at least the cards I've drawn haven't all been 4-drops. They've mostly been castable. I suspect that... What are they doing? I don't know. Get back a Wayfinder, maybe? Seems like the one. Bloody hell. I'm being spoiled. Just got to pass, I guess. So they still don't have double blue, which is very helpful. They took the overgrown tomb, it seems. Okay, so we've got our fatal push for probably just one of these stupid things. Yep. So they took the breeding pool because that's the thing that makes sense for them to take. And I guess they're going to make the Uro. So if I can draw like exactly Fabled Passage, it's better for me to hold the push? Question mark. Vraska. I'm going to do that. Just, well, I was going to say keep track of back to Protector, but I can't because they've got 2/1/1s that they're very happy to sacrifice. Alright. Yeah, can't beat that. Okay. Well, I guess ley lines are probably good enough, and planeswalkers, and maybe rankles. Maybe we just try and outmuscle them. I know in modern black-green X mirrors you often side out some Thought Seizes, so I'm just going to do that here as well. Don't know if it's right. If I've got ley lines, maybe I don't want all of them. With ooze as well. Questing Beast seems good. All the planeswalkers seem good. Don't think I need Rankle. I'm going to cut all the Thought Seizers. And I'm going to cut, I guess, my 2 worst removal spells. I'm going to resubmit and I'm going to draw so much mana. Apparently not. Alright, this is fine. Leyline is pretty good against them. We've got our mana sewn up for the questing beast if it doesn't get thought seized. We've got Grimflayer to set up if it doesn't die. Everything's pretty good. Double questing beast, less good. In a previous video I forgot that it was legendary even with this card frame and had to sacrifice one to my own stupidity. This is awesome. What a great answer to that. No force of will, pretty good. See, that's a joke because it's not in this format. It's very funny, very witty. It's not. It's stupid. Oh, that's rubbish. And by rubbish I mean it's not bad, but we're doing good too. Okay. And then eat it and then offer to trade would be my assumption. And I take that trade because there's another one in my hand. No? Okay. Well, I'm going to offer to trade. Deal. It's got a haste. I'm going to play a mopey 2-3. I feel like putting them under as much pressure as possible is my best route to victory. Yep, you may cast an Explore. That is significantly worse with Leyline in play. Hooray for sideboards. And a 1-1 as well. Cracking stuff. Oh yeah, it's already been played. Cool. It makes a massive difference having your unbeatable sideboard bomb, doesn't it? Even if it is a little bit kind of unfun. What's opponent sort of waiting for? This, I guess. Okay, that's fine. This is fine. Unless they have a way to kill my questing beast, then it's very unfine. Yeah. I was just checking I'd protected Liliana properly, but I think I did. That all went pretty great. Gonna animate another land so I can do it all again. Please don't remove my questing beast. That would be very bad. Ah, that's a good one to not show them for next turn. I hope they don't Thoughtseize me. Okay, good. I'm just going to resubmit. That configuration felt fine. Maybe they've cut their Thoughtseizes as well, based on the conventional wisdom of people like Reed Duke, who are the, like, respected BGX players in Modern. Well, I'm on the draw, and I've got a ley line, but I haven't got any lands. I don't know. We're good if we draw. Well, the Scoozes are bad with the ley line anyway. I'm going to mulligan. Much better rewarded for not being a moron. I just hope we get to cast this Nissa. Once we do, it'll probably win the game. It was a very, very good draw. Yep, that's fine. Okay. Yep. Kill that thing. I guess just get a forest. Awesome draw. I was considering attacking with my Quagmire, and then basically didn't want a fatal push to slow me down a turn with the Nissa, and consequently that was, yeah, very good. Gave me something to do. Okay. Land, gain life, Saki, gain life. Lovely Nissa, hopefully. I wonder if they're playing like Disdainful Stroke or something. Fatal push on my forest, maybe? Oh, got rid of my Nissa. How rude. Still, it did hit them for 5. Is this a permanent 5/5? I thought it was until end of turn. Maybe the haste is until end of turn. I need to read that. Wow, it's a permanent 5/5. Gross. Gross. In a good way. Gross stuff's good when it's on your team. So, yeah, they're doing lots of stuff, I suppose. No, it was temporary. Okay, I've confused myself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can make a Grim Flayer and hit with this. Grim Flayer being a 2/2 is a bit sad, but I'm not going to complain. The opponent's whole life is sad. They've got a 5 mana 3/5 reach in hand, and yeah, no access to their engine. Yep. I don't know if this is right or not, but with the Ballista, I'm clearly representing Delirium. I don't mind losing the Ballista to get their Ishkana off the table and for me to get some good combat in. As I say, not sure if that was correct. Certainly seemed fine. I didn't see which one they took, which is, I wonder if it's shown over here. Jace, okay. I would quite like to kill their Corsair, but this is a Ballista for X is 4. Be interesting to see what they kill. Okay, they don't like me having a tracker, it would seem. Valid, I suppose. Should have a clue over here I can crack. And then I can trophy probably here. It's probably a bit scarier than the Ballista. Because if they untap, they've got access to 8 mana, that's 2 more counters, and then they can kill my Grim Flayer or whatever, which is currently the best thing I have going on. That Thoughtseize is dead, which is tremendous news. Oh, that's a doozy on the top of the library. Oh, perfect. Thank you, universe. Don't think I deserved that. Such is life. I just realised I maybe should be using my Corsair to just play these lands instead of discarding them. Opponent is doing a lot. I will give them that. They are doing a lot. Most of what they're doing, however, is not optimal with the ley line. They are refusing to lay down. You got to respect it, I suppose. But they're pretty dead. I don't know what they're planning on doing. Fucking hell. They continue to do absolutely loads of nothing. There we go. Well, hooray for narrow, hateful sideboard cards. I wish I didn't play the cards like that, honestly. The 2 games we won were not interesting. But that's fine, isn't it? I'm not going to moan about free wins. So yeah, basically, at the moment the only Pioneer deck I own in paper is Grixis, but I am very close to finishing this Golgari deck, which is cool. I like having more than one option. I think the Golgari deck is honestly probably better than Grixis. I love Grixis, but it's bad. But I loaned it to a friend last night who was smiling like a Cheshire cat when he gave it back. He absolutely loved it, so it does give you a warm, fuzzy feeling. Well, whilst you lose. I think I have to keep this. Mana is terrible. we're a basic land away from a pretty happy place. Man, Hissing Quagmire is a declaration of intent, isn't it? That's your way of saying, I want to do not very much in Golgari colours. Ooh, is this... Storm. Is that a thing in this format? I'm not sure how scared I should be of the Baral. Usually if I see 2 blue-red lands and a Baral, I would kill it on sight. But I'm thinking that may not be necessary. So the best draws here are obviously Untapped Land or Fatal Push. Both are great. Or Thoughtseize. Everything else sucks. That's one of the ones that sucks. It's very fucking close though. It is very close to being a Thoughtseize. So the deck was half listening. Was listening about as well as I listen when I tell people I'm paying attention. Well, well, well. This is some kind of a Lotus Field deck, yeah. Alright. Unfortunately, Trophy is currently sort of off, for lack of a better term, because this stupid thing has hexproof. I guess. Guess Thoughtseize is still the best draw. Then we've got 2 pieces of interaction. Like, I would love to know whether I need to hold up Assassin's Trophy to kill a Underworld Breach or not. That's a sorcery. So a lot of their pieces are sorceries. In other words, Trophy can break it up in response to the first thing. They've only got 1 Lotus Field at the moment. Okay, yeah. Can even Trophy a Thespian stage in response to them activating it to copy it or something like that. So there's a lot of merit to keeping the Trophy available, I think. I wonder if they'll attack me. They will. That's fine. Okay. Perfect. Full value. Get myself a forest. Trophy this deck. Not sure this is correct, but I feel like I have to do something with my turn. Okay, they're targeting their own no, they're targeting my Trophy. That's fine. I imagine this is where it all unravels. No. Okay, good. Well, unfortunately, I have to just pass the turn, which means I have to discard something. I'll discard this extra Murderous Rider, I suppose. Or I could just do this. It's pretty good. I hope. Might be good. I feel like if I was drawing lands, I would be... and I was able to cast 2 spells per turn and stuff, I would be quite happy. So, maybe it's a decent game 1 in general. He says, right before dying. Okay. This is where the fun begins, as Anakin would say. If they've got an untap, I'm willing to scoop here. We've seen a Tome Scour. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I will accept that as a game 1. And I will do all these filthy things. Gonna keep like 1 Murderous Rider or something as a... Actually, no, I'm not. I've got other answers. I was going to say as an answer to big Planeswalkers, but I've got trophies. I'm just trying to bulk up on big threats and stuff like that. We've got loads of graveyard hate, loads of threats. Seems really good. No, well, no. Yes. I can't decide. Go down one Vraska, because she doesn't actually make, like, the vital forces. Those are the ones that close games in 2 turns. Keep. Fuck me, this is a hand. Let's see you beat this, combo dick. Sorry if Moniek is a lovely person and you know them or are them. I'm sure you're not a combo dick. But you are. You are. I would like to put this into play. Should make it fairly unpleasant for them. Oh shit. Bloody hell. Let's not tell anyone about that. Bloody hell. That was embarrassing. It's going to look very funny when I proceed to not miss any more land drops. Fuck me. This is where you need the oops emoji from Arena. I'm not that familiar with the opponent's build. That's one thing that's worth noting. So, whilst my temptation is to Lost Legacy something like Fae of Wishes, who the fuck knows if that's right? So I guess I start with this. Let's see what's up. Don't really need that, do we? Although we do because it's weird looking without it. Right, anyways. Young Pyromancer appears to be their sideboard plan, which is not a terrible one. Everything else they've got going on is frankly garbage, so that's good. God, can you imagine if I'd not... We'd be in such good shape. Anyway, enough about that. It's fine. I'm not embarrassed. Okay, we take one. So I can Lost Legacy, Young Pyromancer, and hope that's all of their win conditions. Right, get a good look at this, friends, because this is a new version I haven't seen before. And yeah, that is their win condition for this scenario. I don't know how they're planning on winning now, like Baral beatdown. Okay. That was good. I'm glad we cast the Agonizing Remorse first to see what was up. And that Abrupt Decay is probably game. Like, I don't know. They've got nothing going on. I'm really confused why they're playing this out. I guess maybe I can Baral. I can Abrupt Decay the Baral if they do anything. Because I don't want them to. Well, if they unsubstantiate my Abrupt Decay, it doesn't do a lot actually. So maybe it's fine. I definitely want to draw that Grimflayer. The more the merrier there. Fine. I will try to do this, I suppose. Sorry, that got really chaotic on screen for a second. Yep, you have tricked me, you have bested me. You're an actual genius, opponent. However, you do appear to be losing. So they should block with Grimflayer to stop me getting my trigger. Let's see if they do that or not. Oh, fine. I want my trigger. I feel like it's so close to impossible for me to lose that there's almost no reason to save the decay and stuff. So I cannot give myself delirium. I don't think I care about any of these. That's a better one. Just a little bit more pressure. Though we have them dead in 2 attacks anyway. So they're tome scouring me, presumably for information on the way out. Doesn't seem like they're going to be able to lethal me that way. Alright. Super weird. I think I'm going to stick with the same exact plan and try and enact it in the same exact way. So these stop everything except the PZs. These take the PZs away. I don't think I want any extra removal for the PZs because they've only got 4 and I've still got like the 2 Abrupt Decays and stuff. The 3 trophies and like 1 Vraska and can't remember what else, but yeah, we've got enough. Yeah, as far as ley lineless hands go, this is literally incredible. Hopefully the opponent has overthought things as well, expecting another ley line, possibly. let's start here. Holy shit, the temptation to take Opt is... I'm trying to resist. Yeah, fuck it. Let's take Opt. It's like... It's definitely not the one. Ah! Curse them. Now I have to kill their Peasy. Potentially a good one. Blink being slightly better than Unsubstantiate because whilst both the removal effects are temporary, Blink can draw a card. Basically, that was the thinking there. Yeah. Not sure it's right. Timescale themselves. They appear to be trying to go off, but I don't know. I don't know. So they've got an Unsubstantiate and nothing else that we know about in hand. Land? Questing Beast isn't a land. I'm going to cast this, and it's probably going to merit the Unsubstantiate to buy them a turn. Yep. And that's that. I'm going to pretend I have like a Fatal Push or something. But I would have cast it, so there's no point pretending. Don't understand this at all. Oh, it nets them a mana. I wonder if they can go off from here. Seems unlikely. Well, maybe. Well, if they do it, they have my respect, because I did my best to disrupt them. So I think I'm right in saying their graveyard isn't going down. So they've demonstrated a loop. So now they just need to show me a kill condition. There's not, you know, they need to cast one. I assume they've got one. Well, we've seen Thassa's Oracles post board, haven't we? So, oh, that did they? No, they didn't. I was going to say, did they tap too much? But they didn't. Got excited then, thinking they'd cocked up. So now they're netting graveyard every time. So, yeah. They've nothing in hand. I'm wondering if there's a way that this can fizzle. They've probably got one Thassa's Oracle in the deck, is my guess. It's in the exile zone. 0 Thassa's Oracles. Five cards left. Do they have to stop now in case they kill themselves? I think they have to stop, right? Yeah, I think they just lost. Oh no. Breach. Fuck's sake. I was I was so easily confused. In my head, the Thassa's Oracle, once it was like they needed it in their hand so they could cast it, but that's not how their deck works, Chris. You moron. I've seen them cast 50 things from the graveyard. I was thinking of like Past in Flames and stuff where it's instants and sorceries, but it's not, is it? It's literally the whole deck. Ooh, idiot. Oh well, so we had a disappointing finish, but I wonder if I just have to mull for ley lines. Like that was a 7-card hand I kept without a ley line. Might be an important educational moment there, but I think the deck has legs. I just need to play it better. The deck seems really good, so I'm going to persist with it, and hopefully you guys will persist with watching me. Thank you very much for watching this video, and see you all next time.